I just have no energy today. I don't know why. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon. I usually shoot these videos first thing in the morning. Whenever I do shoot them, like bright and early, just go about my day. But today I've been like pushing it back and further back and further back. But I'm just yapping on about nothing. But here are my favorites for the month of March. I'm gonna start off with a record. This is Edan, Beauty and the Beat. And it's actually 10 years old on the 29th. Anyway, it was so weird because I was at a bar and I was talking to a friend of mine named Alex. I asked him what kind of music he listens to because I think we were talking about like rock and stuff like that. And he's like, well, you know, I kind of grew up on hip hop, so I really like hip hop. And he was talking about like the new Drake when it was a new album when it just came out. And I'm like, oh, do you like Edan? And he's like, oh my gosh, that's like 10 years old. He hasn't written an album in like 10 years or something like that. I'm like, no, it hasn't been 10 years. It's like 2000, then I realized it was 2005. 2005 was 10 fucking years ago. But in any case, this album, Beauty and the Beat, is 10 years old and it's an amazing album. It's really cool. The album before this one right here, he used, his voice was a little different. It wasn't as powerful and he used a lot of like, classical music sampling, and then he also used like this one love song, Orange Skies, and I love Love. And the reason why I found out about this, well, when I first heard about this band was because I was going through this phase where I really liked music from the 60s and 70s, and I was really into the Hollies. Edan sampled a Hollies song that's called Clown, and it's about a clown who loses someone that he loves, and it's kind of an eerie song, kind of sad. The song, Smile, was about an artist who has like, you know, suicidal thoughts and everything, and then I remember listening to it through and then just being like, oh, whatever, it's rap. Wasn't really into it, and then a few years ago I went to a barbecue at Qua's house, and he was playing this album right here, and the song he was playing is called Making Planets, which is this first song on the second side. And I remember listening to it and it just sounds so powerful, and like his voice kind of echoes and the drums are amazing, and it kind of just goes into the song and then it blows up. It's like kind of jazzy. Here, I'll play it for you. You know, I never do this. So it just goes. So it starts off kind of like staticky. And then you hear the bass come in. So his voice kind of like, it kind of echoes, you know, there's a lot of like, yeah, and then it's like, I'm not making any sense, but it's like kind of like a jazzy tune. And the drums are amazing. It's just very like classically trained, and his voice is just very powerful in the song. And I remember listening to the song for the first time, actually listening to it at Qua's house. He was playing a bunch of like random music, like he's really into post-punk, but I never figured that he would be into like rap and like reggae and stuff like that too. It's really fucking awesome. He's an amazing guy. But he played Making Planets. I just remember thinking, oh my god, who is this? And he's like, oh, it's Edan. And I'm like, wait a minute, where did I hear that before? And then I realized it was like that one song that I heard a while ago, which I wasn't so impressed with, Smile. And then I learned to appreciate it, so I went home, I listened to the entire album, and I just fell in love with it. When Alex and I were talking about this album, he was talking about how Edan, he went to the school in Boston, I think it's called like Berkeley or something like that, it's like a music school, and he is like a music historian, so he takes, you know, parts of different eras and like different genres of music and stuff like that, and he puts it into his record so you can really, like, you can hear parts, like, you know, I don't know that many rappers who sample like music from the 60s or the 70s or like even classical music. I'm starting to wake up a little bit, so that's good. Yeah, so check this out, it's on Spotify. You can listen to it all the way through, and it's 10 years old now. Let's move on to YouTube. So a YouTube channel that I have been really liking at the moment is Neo, and I think it's called In the Wooden Box, and he's the exact same age as my little brother, which is so strange to me, but he has such an amazing sense of humor. He's a film major, which I was when I was in college, and the reason why I found him was because he emailed me after seeing some items on my closet sale, and he was like, hey, I'm interested in these two items, how do I get them and stuff like that. And then I found out that he lives like really close by. He lives in LA, and we decided to meet up, and we just hung out, and it was like one of the best days I've had in a long time. He has an amazing sense of humor. He's just hilarious, but his videos are about, you know, like beauty, fashion, music, film, which is awesome, and he's just a young kid and he's able to come up with all this stuff, so it's really smart. Yeah, so check out his channel if you're interested. He has a lot of plants too, so follow him on Instagram and like look at his stuff, because he has like really cool plants and he's really good at art too. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you would know that I use a lot of coconut oil, like mostly as a moisturizer and everything. But I was at a restaurant, or actually I was at Lonnie's restaurant, and Lonnie is from Chicago, and she was talking about her friend in Chicago who makes her own, or has her own like coconut oil company. And it's really cool because they use like a different process. They don't use any heat. And you know, like when you leave things out to dry, or when you leave things out for a long time, like aged coconuts, it kind of loses its nutrients, or like its finesse and stuff like that. So that's not good. So Vaquita actually makes this, and whenever they pick it directly from the tree, within 24 hours the oil is extracted and they don't use any heat. So their extraction process is really unique, and what you end up with is a coconut oil that's like super fucking light. So what you can do is apply it everywhere and it absorbs immediately, because I have this problem with my regular coconut oil that whenever I apply it and I put on my clothes, immediately afterwards it stains it. All my towels are stained in coconut oil because I've been using like regular Trader Joe's coconut oil. But with this, everything soaks in immediately, and it's awesome. You can tell too, just by looking at it, like looking at your arms and stuff like that, like everything just sinks in. So I've been using this for my hair. I've been using this to shave. I've been using this for my cuticles. Oh, the best waterproof makeup, like long-lasting makeup remover. Like I've been wearing lime crime. I've been trying to use up this one tube of lime crime because I heard, or I read a bunch of stuff about how the owner of lime crime is very unethical. But it sucks because her product is amazing, but she's just a horrible person. So I'm using up that last thing, and I'm trying to find another lip color that's, you know, comparable. But in any case, I'm not gonna hop around that. But in any case, I applied this on my lips, like straight on the lime crime, like a full bold lip that I've been wearing all day. I put this on, a little bit of it. It's all melted because it's so hot here, but I put this on and then took some tissue and just wiped the entire thing off. No traces of lime crime, no traces on my lips. It works well with your eyebrows too if you have like the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. Just wipes it right off. Same with like waterproof mascara. Just anything that you can think of, just like slather it on and then wipe it off your face. It's amazing. And the packaging is so adorable too. It's just very clean. It doesn't look very like hipster, like mason jar or whatever. It's just a very nice, clean design, a beautiful product, and it's coconut oil. But you can use it to moisturize, as a hair mask, a makeup remover, shaving balm, wrinkle reducer. I use it from head to toe. But one of my favorite things about this coconut oil is that it doesn't reek of coconut oil. Like, you know how the only coconut oil that I've been using before this is the Trader Joe's one, and I like it a lot. It's just, it's super greasy. That's one con. And the other thing is that it smells like coconut, and I don't really want to smell like a coconut, you know, all day. And Vaquita said that too. She's like, I don't want to fucking smell like a macaroon or macaron or whatever all day. So this doesn't reek of it. You know, it just sinks into your skin, and then after that you can apply whatever perfume you want. And now that I'm 27, I decided that, you know, I have to start wearing perfume and being more like womanly, so I decided to start wearing, what's that? Coco Chanel Mademoiselle, which is actually, so Lola, my old roommate, I did a apartment tour with her a while ago with her boyfriend, and she used to wear this perfume all the time, and she had it on her like dresser, and she's always like, you can wear it whenever you want, just like, you know, spray it on. And I always thought it was like super expensive, so I never really wore it. And maybe I tried it like once or twice or whatever, and I've always loved the smell of it. And the crazy thing is that from the tube and like even on Lola, it smells completely different than it does on me. Like on me, over time, to me, it smells like caramel, which is, I don't know, I love it. I think on other people it smells a little bit different. Like on Lola, it smells very fresh, and then out of the container it smells very like feminine. Yeah, so from person to person it smells very different, but I was lucky enough to be able to try Lola's like maybe once or twice, and I didn't get sick from it, so I decided to go ahead and just get it. And this is actually from my cousin, Rosa. She had it just like around her house, and it was like the Lunar New Year, and she was talking about like a perfume that she was wearing. And then my little sister wears like freaking, God, what is it, Chloe? My little sister is more womanly than I am. And I'm like, wow, I've been wearing like Cucumber Melon since I was 13. Well, not Cucumber Melon, I'm sorry, Moonlight Path. I've been wearing Moonlight Path and Bath and Body Works since I was 13, so I'm still like stuck in the preteen, teenager sense. With Moonlight Path, like everyone that I've like ever been close to, ever dated or anything like that, they've always said that I smell like Moonlight Path. So yeah, I kind of have to wean off of Moonlight Path, but I still have a boatload of it, so I'm gonna use it for a while. But for now, this is my favorite perfume. Oh, and now that I'm 27, I decided to start wearing eye cream because I noticed that I'm starting to get like, well, up here, I started seeing these like fine lines, and I was really concerned about it. So I started Googling what's the best eye cream to use or whatever, you know, and like I couldn't find any, and I couldn't like come to a decision, so I decided just to wait on it for like a day or two. Jessica Chu from First Aid Beauty sent me this, which is the Eye Duty Triple Remedy Overnight Balm, which is an eye cream, but it's more like a balm texture, which I love because it doesn't go on like super thick and oily. It's just kind of like smooth and kind of rubs into the surface and just sinks in immediately, so you can't really tell that it's on. But I only use it at night. And the cool thing is that I've been using it as my forehead thing too, like because I started seeing those fine lines. So I apply it to a little bit to my forehead, and it's completely, or the fine lines are completely gone. My sister even pointed it out. She's like, holy shit, your fine lines are gone. I think you can get it off of Sephora's website. I haven't seen it on their website, but I'm totally gonna buy this again when I run out. And I don't even use that much of it. I just use like a very little amount, and it just kind of like moisturizes everything. So if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you would know that I went to Seattle about like a month or two ago, and I just fell completely in love with it, so I really want to move there at some point in my life. But anyway, Seattle or Portland or anywhere, I feel like the people there are kind of different. They're really cool, they're very laid back, but everyone's very involved in their own community, you know, like they kind of like to support where they're at, which is nice. So anyway, this is from Bridge and Burn, which is out of Portland. Taylor sent this to me, and I love this so much. It's just right up my alley. It's just a very small collar, which I really like, and the texture or the weight of the fabric is nice and heavy. Well, it's not like too heavy, it's just a very like starchy fabric, I feel like. And it's not see-through at all, which I absolutely love, because I have a couple dresses similar to this from American Apparel that are relatively see-through, and I just love that this looks like my boyfriend's shirt, but in a dress form. So it's very androgynous in a way, and I also love that it kind of looks like something from, you know, like APC or a Piece Part or whatever, but it's not nearly as expensive. And everything on their website is amazing. Got a pair of trousers too, which I wore immediately, and then I have a top from them too, which you'll probably be seeing in more videos. But I feel like these are all items that I can repeat over and over and over again, which is so rad. And they're all made very well, so I absolutely love it. I feel like I can still be a tomboy and kind of a girly girl at the same time, because I'm wearing a tomboy-y shirt, but in a dress form, so. Oh, and with collared shirts, my friend Kylie's friend Borami, who also lives in Portland, makes this on her Etsy shop. And I started following her on Instagram, and then I saw her wearing all these like really cute shirts with like this little tie thing, and I thought it was the most adorable thing because she had it in like several photos, and she just wears it so well. I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute, that's such a good idea. And then little did I know, she makes them, and they're actually suede pieces, so they're nice and weighted. They're not like, they won't kind of flop around or anything like that, and this kind of just stays in place. So with collared shirts, like the dress that I just showed you from Bridge and Burn, you just attach it to the collar and it doesn't come off. It goes on like super tight and just stays there, and it's adorable. It adds like flair to anything. So I love this so much. I just think it's so adorable. It's such a good idea. And I'm gonna link her Etsy page down below, but this is like a burgundy one. I don't know if she still has all of them up or if she has any up, but if she doesn't, just message her and let her know that you want one, because it's just so adorable. It's just done very well. Yeah, definitely encourage her to make more because I don't think she has that many up right now. And the last thing I have to show you is right here. It's a pair of boots from Dieppa Restrepo, and like after leaving Seattle, like I noticed that like a lot of the girls wear like very masculine boots, and you know, they wear like brands like Wolverine, and like guys wear Red Wings and Adler and all that stuff, and I just thought, well, there's not that many good brands for women's boots, except for Samantha Pleat Wolverine, which Lindsay gave me a pair of. But there's no like flat boot that's like semi-feminine but still kind of androgynous in a way, so I figured might as well just get this, which is Dieppa Restrepo. I've been loving this. I've been wanting it for like ages and ages, like I want to say like 5 years. My friend Catherine Bui owned a pair that was like a gray color, but it's more of a suede or nubuck material, and I fell completely in love with it, and I looked it up and it was like super expensive. I think it was like $300 or $400 at the time, and I just could not afford that. So I looked around for like different brands that made similar boots, and I ended up with consuming so many of these like different boots, like from Justin and like from all these other brands, that it just didn't make up for the amount of money that I would just spend on this. And then I found this on sale on a website, which I'll link down below. But it was on sale, so I was just like, well, might as well just get it. But this is a Portland brandy color. So it's like a burgundy, it's like a rich color. It's just beautiful. I love how the laces are super thick, and they're made super well. They're incredibly comfortable. You can wear them for miles and miles. Like the first day that I got them, I put it on immediately and did not take it off for like 2 weeks. So I've been wearing it at 10, and I'll be wearing it at 10 for years and years to come. So yeah, those are my favorites for the month of March. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm sorry that I was so tired at the beginning of this video. Now I kind of have a burst of energy suddenly. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching and sticking through. And I hope you guys enjoy your month of April. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.